Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to walk you through this tutorial maybe a little bit more than I normally do because I'm doing my non-dominant hand. So I want to kind of walk you through how I hold things and grip things and kind of my process behind it. So you can kind of see my dominant hand, which is my right hand, and the left hand is holding the drill. But I'm not sure if you notice, I'm primarily moving, as I move my left hand, I'm primarily moving my right hand. And you will kind of see that pattern throughout this tutorial. I'm always using my dominant hand to move things where my left hand is a lot of times stationary, but it's okay because however it feels comfortable for you is how you should do it. And again, this is what I find most comforting. Obviously, I have to move my left hand. I can't just ignore the fact that I need to do things with my left hand, but I am very slow in this process. So again, I have a safety bit on, which I use all the time. This is the one I take down my nails with. I believe it's a medium or a fine. I think it actually might be a fine, but I'm going to go with medium because I think it's a medium. So yeah, I show you these two in real time and then I fast forward this. So I'm going to let you watch this because again, I don't necessarily need to repeat myself 8 million times. All right, now we're coming in with a cone bit. This is not a carbide. The other one was more carbide. This one is a ceramic bit. And this one has such a dull tip that you can literally run over everything. And my right hand cramps. You'll see me kind of stretch out my hands if that's what you saw earlier. So this one helps me get all my lifting off safely. I feel like I'm my energy just exploded and I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm just running this around the edge of the nail to where I would have mostly my lifting and what's left over from that other rounded bit, because I find I don't want to get full close to the cuticle, even though it is a safety bit. I find this cone bit allows me to get into those tighter areas a little bit easier. And so I will go ahead and let you watch that. All right, so I pushed the cuticles back, and now I'm taking my favorite bit. This guy is just going to get off that dead skin. This guy's on a speed 2. So this guy is barely moving, but he's on a speed 2, and I'm coming around the new growth on the nail plate and just getting off that kind of dead skin that's stuck on there. And you'll see I have a lot of dust on my nails anyway, but again, this is a round bit. Not damaging, you're not taking anything off. This is just dead skin that you are taking off on your nail plate. So I do that on all of the nails. And by doing that, it really helps with the second step that we're going to come in with, the fine sanding band, because I take this and get super close and detailed and really in those crevices where now I'm coming in with that sanding band and I can just place it over that new growth, get the shine off, and I'm not worried about getting like the dead skin off. Like this is just taking the shine off the nail. And you can use a regular nail file. I wouldn't recommend using a buffer because a buffer will make it too, I don't want to say slippery, but just too fine. I know people use buffers and it's fine. I just find for me, buffers don't really work. It doesn't work the same for me. So I definitely recommend using the fine sanding band, which is ironic because I'm telling you not to use something fine, but the sanding band is still rougher than a buffing block. And once I do that and I cleanse the nail, get all that stuff off and scrub and scrub and scrub because you don't want any dust on there. So I go ahead and cleanse my nails and then we come in with primer. And I am going to take a Vita Prime from Light Elegance, and I love this stuff. It just, whoop, little sweep, little sweep, little sweep. So it's just easy. It spreads. You just let it dry, and it doesn't take too long to dry. I only do it on the natural nail, so I'm not putting it on enhancement. And then, so I'm taking tack. My tack has gotten a little gooey, meaning it's just thickened up. So I'm going to be ordering some new ones. I find like normal tack, when it's not as gooey as it looks here, is very liquidy. It's a lot like that primer. So it's very liquidy, spreadable, all that good stuff. So I went ahead and flash cured this. And then we are going to come on and do the rest of the nails here. And again, I'm just going to spread that all over the nail. And then I actually give this a full cure. And then we come in with gelish. All right, we're taking our gelish base, and again, this is like another base. Technically, after tack, you could come in with your normal gel, but I just like to add this layer. I don't know, it's maybe out of habit that I've been using gelish for like 10 years, and it's just, I just can't let it go. And so I'm taking base. I will flash cure this one before moving on to the rest of the nails. And again, I am just putting this on and I push it back. I don't know, right there. You can kind of see I was pushing it back and then I bring it down the nail. And I am using my left hand for this. So I guess my painting skills have gotten a lot better, but my filing skills haven't. You'll see I leave actually nail filing normal in this video as well, on my thumb, and it's, oh man, just filing with your non-dominant hand is so hard, whether it's a drill or a nail file. Actually, that was a really good side profile. I did not take down the nails like a lot. I took off the top and then I took off just a little bit more than the color. Only reason I did that is because they were clear underneath of the buttercreams I put, so I didn't have to take a lot down because I'm coming in with a clear. So you'll see when I do my nails, I'm not using a ton of gel. Again, you can kind of see the little hump on the pinky, but that's why I'm not taking a ton of gel in the next part. All right, so I'm taking pink one step, and if you've been with me for some time, I use all different kind of colors underneath. It's like, what is today? What is the color I'm gonna use? But I wanted a pinky undertone for this look, so that's why I'm using pink. You can use one step or clear or cool gel or whatever clear base you wanna use. I just liked this more pink look for me personally. So once we have that slip layer down, we are placing that bigger bead. And I'm awkwardly filming this, so I flood this cuticle here in a minute. You will see my thumb is completely turned almost sideways half the tutorial here. And then I realized, oh, I just flooded it. So I'm trying to get that bead nice and rounded and then pull it to the end because, again, we have that color towards the end. So it's not a big deal that we're not putting globs towards the end of the nail. And then I realized I try to grab part of it and pull it over. So it's a smooth transition, but we do kind of have that glob right there towards the end. But don't worry, your gel does self-level, so flip your nail upside down and take a brush, level it. You'll be able to see, again, everything that you're doing. On camera, it's a little bit hard to show all the different angles that I would get, but flipping it upside down definitely is the easiest way for me to level the gel back to that kind of center down the middle. So I'm going to show you one more nail with this, and then I'm going to fast forward, and I'm going to fast forward with the filing as well because filing is terrible. I hate it so much. So again, we are applying that slip layer, and you can see I'm kind of holding my brush very awkwardly. I'm almost bracing it on my ring finger and my pinky. You can kind of see that I'm like most awkward person holding the brush, but for me, that keeps my hand steady. So my hand is actually resting on the table. I have the brush in between, kind of like if you were to pinch your ring finger and your thumb together. That's kind of how I'm holding my brush, and you can kind of see the end part there. And for me, that works because it gives me the most control without like letting my hands like frail or what is it, like go crazy in the air or spirit fingers, you know. Okay, so I just went ahead and skipped it. Otherwise, this tutorial will be forever long. I wanted to keep as much in here as possible. So again, here's that filing. I left it in real time. I'm only showing you the thumb, but I'm not going to talk through it because it's painful. Okay. All right, finally coming in with our designs, I buffed the nail as well, which I actually don't think I filmed. So I am taking Perfect White and I am just doing little swatches on my nails, and I love this. This tutorial is one of the ones that I was like, it's perfect to film my non-dominant hand because it's a little bit easier of a tutorial. Is that terrible to say? Like, it's a fun design on my non-dominant hand that's like perfect to show there. Self-preservation for not looking like an idiot on the internet here, okay? So I do get a little bit on my skin, but don't worry, clean that up before you cure and you're fine. So again, just taking that Perfect White buttercream over the entire nail, and I'm going to give this a full cure, not a flash cure, you're gonna full cure, because now we're coming in with Ride the Rails, and this is a gray, and I know all these like swatch different things on Pinterest, like swatch nails is kind of what this looks like to me. You can use any color you want. I'm leaning to that fall vibe. It's even, let's see, it is September 15th when I'm filming this, and you're actually going to see this month soon, because again, I am pre-filming, but I wanted that fall. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for those black nails, and don't worry, they will have some black nails on this channel. Plenty of black nails, actually. So again, just applying that and then pulling it down. The reason I did the white first is because obviously the darker color going over the white is easier than the white going over the darker color. So I'm randomly doing these, and you could bring them down a little bit more or add a third color. I just really wanted the two colors, and the next part you could do either way. At the end, I show you with the foil under the black design, where in this tutorial, I did the design and then the foil on top. Well, you could do it either way, however you like it. I like both, to be honest, so I really wanted to do the left hand, or my left hand, which is the one I normally do the tutorials with, the opposite way to see if I'm like, oh my god, it looks terrible. The other way, no, either way it looks good. So I am taking the black buttercream, and this is the best part about using the buttercreams, which is my favorite, and a dotting tool, which is my favorite finish from Light Elegance, because you just come in with a clear base, whether it's pink, clear, whatever color you want, and then you just start building it on top, and you don't have to fuss. I know a lot of people use gel top, like gel polish, like Soak Off, on top of just clear gel. You know, I might be getting into that because I love the buttercreams and how they're on top. So again, we're just doing random designs here. I don't know if I even addressed that. I just started talking about other things. One of them I do a straight line. It may be this one. Yeah, that's this one. So again, it's going to be abstract, but I'm trying to make it abstract, but I'm also trying to make it random, but also trying to make it like a little cohesive. Yeah, I don't know the best way to describe how I'm trying to make these look. Again, I think I'm just grabbing dotting tool here, striping tool here, because you can have fun with it. And I flash cure some of these because I don't want to mess them up. So always flash cure your things, especially what you could have done is actually flash cured after the dots. And I don't think I did. I did see my hand leave the frame, but it may have just been grabbing that other brush, to be honest, and not flash curing. But flash curing is your friend, especially when you're doing a design. And you could also do a matte top coat before the design, and that way it would save your other designs if you're building on top of it, if that makes sense. But since this is gel, it's not going to wipe off. It's cured. It's on there. That sucker ain't going anywhere. But let's say you're doing the dots and then the stripes and your stripes look terrible, or you're trying to make them like super straight, super perfect, then you could wipe it off and not worry about getting rid of the dots or the lines if you're doing it either way. But again, just taking that dotting tool, trying to make it look random but purposeful. If you notice, I bring it over that clear area or the pinky area, like not the pinky, but like the pink area on your nail, because I didn't want it to look like it was out of place. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted it to look purposely done that way and not like, oh, my nails have grown out and that's really all you have left. So I think bringing that black polish down, which is that black buttercream from Light Elegance, and I just love it so much. And I have so much energy. I'm so sorry if you guys are like, girl, you need to chill out. I have energy right now. So this, I'm taking a foil from Dollar Nail Art, and this is the glue that came with it like 7 years ago. Both glues are perfect. Literally, that's it. So I'm just randomly grabbing the glue on this brush that I came with and just randomly dabbing. What I do here is crumple the foil first, because I'm wanting this to be an overlay random. And you also don't want this specific glue to pool. So, because you want this to dry before actually applying your top coat. So it needs to dry anyway, how it is clear here. And then apply your foil in random spots. I crinkled it so it wouldn't be solid, and I love it. Again, you could do your design underneath. People might be like, you spent all that time on your dots and all this stuff and your lines, and then you put foil over it. Yeah, again, I will show you at the end in like 30 seconds that I promise you both look good. I don't mind either one. And I think each have their own purpose. So again, when you're applying that, you want to make sure it's perfectly dry. And then when you go to apply the top coat, you still want to make sure it's dry. So I kind of like let it sit for a second before I apply a top coat. And I'm going shiny here. And I'm taking Kira Sky's, I believe, no wipe top coat, which you're not going to see. So, all right. So you can see the left side, which is my dominant side, has the design on top, and the right side has the design under the foil. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.